So these games already came out, but they came out this week. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Remastered Trilogy. There's been a couple problems with it. A little bit of latency issue. People are getting pushed onto Origin, which we all know Origin sucks. We don't want to be on there. Fuck you, EA. But overall, I've heard some decent things about the remaster. It looks good. Mostly plays well. We already talked about it. Subnautica Below Zero, underwater survival. Came out. On May 18th, we have something called Essays on Empathy. It's a collection of 10 story games. The graphics look, it's an indie type game, kind of like, 10 different little story, point and click adventure game that kind of convey messages that they want to convey. So that looks interesting if you're really into those deep thinking games or, hipster, I got something to tell type games, and you want kind of an array of them. That could be something to look into. May 20th, this one looks really cool. Mind Scanners, which they call a sci-fi narrative sim. It looks really cool. It looks kind of like a Papers, Please, but in like a cyberpunk universe. And you have like a few mini games. You got to kind of decipher what the other person's thinking or analyze them. The graphics look a lot like Papers, Please, except as you would imagine, with cyberpunk colors and weird looking dudes, but all in that kind of 8-bit style.
Yeah, it looks like a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah. And it's got seems like it'll have puzzler elements to it. And so that one looks really cool.
They call it, they're saying it's an adventure RPG simulation strategy, which are RPG simulation and strategy are like three of my top favorite genres. So
sure, but at this point they're just literally throwing everything in there.
I guess when you look at the trailer, it doesn't look like it's any of those.
Yeah, I mean, it might have RPG elements, like, oh, you can upgrade one thing. It's an RPG now.
Yeah, that's fair.
But either way, it looks really cool. This next one, of Bird and Cage, which is described as a heavy metal interactive fiction, and apparently it's a metal album, heavy metal rock and roll album that's over a 2-hour interactive gameplay thing. So it's probably gonna suck. The music might be good, but I think if I'm making like an awesome metal album, I'm probably not making some shitty video game to sell it. And if I'm making like a good video game, I'm probably not using some shitty heavy metal to sell it. So who knows? It could be good, could be a great album, but it's an interesting thing for sure. It's an interesting way to sell an album.
I bet.
So we'll have to see.
I bet that's not going to do very well because A, you have to like the music, and then B, if you even do like the music, well, now you got to be interested in playing a game about it. On Steam, you can buy both the game and or the soundtrack separately. Looks like.
Yeah, so I could see some people trying this if you're a super heavy metal guy and you want to like see something, or if you're just interested in what this is, because it is interesting. Like, I've never heard of anything like this before. It seems like a really unique way to market an album. But at the same time, I feel like if you have something that's that good, you're probably not doing it this way.
It's gonna flop.
Yeah, definitely.
I bet my bottom dollar, dude.
That's how many people like metal. I mean,
I do.
Kind of like, you really love it. I kind of like it, but most people I know aren't like, they don't give a shit.
Well, even then, like, Pantera's my favorite band, but I don't like just Pantera. But I just don't like any band, It's just like Pantera, and that's pretty much it for metal. Slayer's good too, but they have a lot of stuff that's just like too much guitar and it's just kind of annoying.
Sure, yeah. And then finally, May 21st, we got Knockout City, 3v3 dodgeball action. This actually kind of looked cool. It's got like your kind of regular like Nintendo style art style to it. It's a dodgeball game, but like you have like hang gliders to kind of do the flying Fortnite style thing.
What's it called?
Knockout City.
Knockout City.
And one of the most interesting things I think about it is if you kind of look at it as like a third-person action shooter, like thing. It has like a unique style because you're not just throwing the ball to hit people like you would with like a shooter, but you can actually pass to your teammates, then hit people from behind. You can catch it if people throw it at you. So there's some interesting things here, but it doesn't seem like there's enough there to be that interesting. I could see it being fun for like 2 hours. Hope I'm wrong, but it just doesn't look like something that would hook me or have like a big following.
It kind of
really catch on.
It kind of looks like Splatoon.
Yeah, I had a little bit of that thought.
And the publisher is Electronic Arts on that, so I would expect kind of a generic type of game. That would do well with maybe younger kids, I would say.
Yeah. And like the team aspect of being able to pass the ball, to attack from different angles is cool. But yeah, I don't see it being a huge success, but we'll have to wait and see.